Welcome to CrushTheStreet.com's weekly market wrap-up. We'll begin in the U.S. equity sector, which posted consecutive gains after starting the week in the red. Despite successful negotiations with the fiscal cliff issue, another dispute is hot on its heels, that being the debt ceiling and sequestration debates that must be resolved by the end of February. Taking a look at the technicals for the Dow Jones, today's close puts the index firmly above the 13,400 mark, which leaves last October's high of 13,600 as a number to beat. Volume has been mostly flat for the past few months, which leads into question whether the equity sector has any legs left. Even if we were to move higher from here, the debt ceiling issue would surely cap any significant rallies, seeing as how bitterly divided the political landscape is. I believe the risk-reward ratio is unfavorable given these fundamental and technical concerns, and we need to see further evidence of sustainability before initiating positions. Of course, one of the leading drivers for today's surge in the stock market was a sudden drop in valuation for the US dollar. Right when it appeared that the greenback would challenge its 200-day moving average at 80.84, it fell beneath its 50 DMA and closed the session slightly below the 20 DMA at 79.74. The dollar has been feigning safe haven status ever since some members of the Federal Reserve expressed hawkish concern about indefinite quantitative easing, yet the markets finally called BS on the central bank. What could complicate things, however, is the rapid decline of the Japanese yen, something that is sure to continue rather than reverse given Thursday night's announcement of the Japanese government approving over $224 billion worth of fresh stimulus. The writing was on the wall months ago, and a clear opportunity to invest in Japanese equities has existed and will continue to exist at least for the short term. The dollar could swing back up over the 80 line as the two currencies share an inverse relationship towards each other, but this time the fundamentals for the Japanese yen may ultimately drive it down to the 100 level with or without dollar devaluation. Obviously, the most popular way to hedge against global inflationary policies is through precious metal investments, and finally, we saw a bit of life in this sector. Looking at gold, it closed Thursday's session at $1,673, while most of this week's price action languished in a consolidation pattern centered around the $1,650 level. Bullish volume is also starting to pick up, but we have a tough road ahead. Ideally, we would like to see the price trade in the upper range of the Bollinger Band and a breaking past of the 50 DMA, or $1,700 is absolutely critical. Otherwise, to use a football analogy, we would be 3-0 and may have to wait for the next series to launch a more convincing attack. For silver, it also had a strong session, closing up at the 30.82 mark. Again, the same notes apply as with gold. Bullish volume is increasing, but the 50 DMA stands at $32. We need to see strong moves forward over the next few sessions in order to confirm a rally. I don't have a hard time seeing silver eventually make it to 35, but whether it can break this long-term resistance is another story. And that will do it for this edition. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week.
For more unconventional ideas, please visit CrushTheStreet.com.